How are we all doing? Let's see. I need to put the link to the virus shawl down here in the chat. There we go. It's up in chat. Good morning. How is everyone? Oh, my music's not on. Oh no, we need music. It's necessary. All right, let's see. Okay. You go. There we go. There we go. Music, yay! All right. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Snap. We're going to be continuing to work on the virus shawl today. So it starts with a chain 4 on this row. I'm doing row, let me look for you. I'm on row, it's called row 7, but it's called row 11. But it tells you to repeat row 7. And row 7 tells you to chain 3 and then do another chain 1 and then double crochet into the next stitch. And that's just for making those double crochets with the chain 1 stitch to eventually make all of the little loopy boys and fans and all of that fun stuff. And so that's what we're doing. How was everyone's Monday night, Tuesday? Did we have fun? Did we enjoy ourselves? I know I did. I went and I've met the people I'm going to be playing Daggerheart with over video chat for the first time. We've been talking in Discord and we hadn't really heard each other's voices, seen each other's faces yet, so had a real conversation, like face-to-face type thing. Even though it's over video, it's still face-to-face, and we hadn't done that yet, and so we were a little nervous that we might not get along. There are a couple bold personalities in chat. Not so much in real life. We all get kind of shy. I'm sure the bold personalities will come back out once we all get more comfortable with each other. All right. So you do the 10 double crochets with the chain spaces, and then you get to this giant gap, and you just ignore it. You don't make another chain. You just go straight from double crochet to double crochet to close that gap. So it makes a pretty little triangle. Yay! And then you keep going with your chain and double crochet, chain and double crochet. Just a lot of that this row. So anywho, so we met each other, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. So there's a possibility we'll be streaming Tuesday night next week, but there's also a possibility that we won't start until the week after. We won't know until the DM responds in chat. He was probably asleep or going to work or whatnot when I asked. So, anyhow, and we just do this forever. Just lots of double crochets and chain ones. Bridging the gap of Rohan. So, like I said, I'm a massive nerd. I will make nerdy references while I crochet. So, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a whatever if you are enjoying my content. But if you don't feel like doing any of those, it's all cool. I'm not the boss of you. I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. I can't make you do things. What was it? There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, let me know in chat if there's a project you'd like me to work on, if there's something you'd like me to show you how to do, if you'd like me to slow down when I crochet, speed up, whatever. Let me know so that I can best accommodate you. I once again have my yarn hiding in my keyboard tray for the purposes of being quiet. We'll see if that works. So yeah, so how are you? You have a good Tuesday night? Oh, that's the question I wanted to ask. Let me know if there's a time that works best for you folks when you'd like to see me a third time in a week. I really need to figure out when I'm going to do my third stream a week. And I just have been putting it off. And so if you let me know when you're available, when would work best for you, that would be great. So then I could plan accordingly based off that. Obviously, if you're here now, mornings work well for you, but maybe there's another time later in the week that would work better for you. Who knows? As you can see, I've kept the same setup from last time. I didn't really have time to mess with my setup too much in between talking to my new Daggerheart group and last stream to really mess with this too much. So I didn't get a chance to find out if there was a better way to do this than what I'm doing right now with the equipment I have. I know there are better ways to do this. I just don't know if I have the ability right now. Let me know if you know of something that would be handy to a streamer for filming over a shoulder in a secure way so you guys can see straight down into my hands, see what I'm doing. There's something that you know of that I don't, like some kind of arm contraption that could hold the camera. I don't have one, but I might be able to make one. Because this tripod is not really cutting it right now. Found out that the GoPro that I have, that someone so generously gifted us eons ago, is like one of the second models of GoPro ever. And so it's not compatible with being a webcam, not for live streams anyways. It could do it if I wanted to record them and then upload them, but it is not meant for the liveness. So, such is life, we're stuck with this old webcam. Let me know if the music's too loud, if you're having trouble hearing me, or if I'm just being quiet in general. I know I keep getting called soothing, because my voice is so quiet, but I really would prefer not to be quite so soothing that you can't hear me. I'd rather be soothing enough that you can hear me, maybe make conversation with me, that sort of thing. Because in my headphones, this music is loud. I'm trying, and I've been experimenting with ways to quiet it down while keeping it loud enough for it to show up on my stream. That's part of why I was like a minute late this morning. I was fiddling around with my audio settings, trying to make sure that I was loud enough to be heard and that you could also hear the music that I'm playing. Because I put a lot of work into getting music, so I'd like you to be able to hear it. Plus, I find dead silence on streams to be annoying. That's a personal pet peeve. So yeah, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain. This whole row. This whole row, that's all you're doing. It's a little toasty in my basement today, if you can see me glistening. It is very humid out where I live. My glass doors leading outside are coated in condensation right now. It's steamy like a shower out there. It's gross. So some of that's made its way inside here, especially in this little room. It gets pretty warm with all these electronics that I've got going pretty fast, and I don't think there's even like a vent. Oh, there's the vent. Nice. There's a vent. But it's one vent, and there's only so much I can do to keep things cool in this tiny little room. Because I've got like a TV going, I've got a laptop going, and then a mic and a camera. And that's enough to heat this place up with the windows. I've got curtains over the windows, but they can only do so much against heat. They're not the kind sun-blocking curtains that would control heat. That's not. I didn't think that I would be shutting myself away in this room with a bunch of electronics running, so I didn't think that I would need that kind of curtain in here. So I just got some cheap ones that just block out most of the light, and not all of it, because I figured, well, I'll spend a little time down here. I want to be able to see what I'm doing while I'm in here. And so here we are in a toasty room, wearing sweatpants and compression socks. That's right, I'm an old lady. I'm wearing compression socks. Figured since I'm sitting this whole time, compression socks would be a good idea to help keep my blood pressure doing okay, since we have discovered through physical therapy that my blood pressure is wonky. My veins and arteries don't seem to work the same way everyone else's do. So, say Livy, compression socks. They seem to be what works when I'm sitting down for long periods of time to keep me from almost passing out when I stand back up been getting vertigo when I stand ever since I can remember, even as a little kid. And it's so normal for my mom that because I think I inherited a lot of my problems from her, medical problems, that she was like, oop, you got up too fast, you gotta slow down. And now that I'm an adult, I'm still getting up too fast. But that's not really the problem. The problem is my circulation sucks. Yeah. Enough about my medical issues. How you doing? How are you today? It's Wednesday. Yay, we're halfway through the week. Yay. Do we have any plans for the rest of the week? I've got a couple physical therapy appointments and that's it. I was gonna have an MRI, but that got rescheduled. Shenanigans ensued with that. That was not fun. So anyhow, and that's it. My spouse has a 4-day weekend thanks to Juneteenth. Oh, by the way, happy early Juneteenth. That is tomorrow. So he's got that off. So he's got a whole 4-day weekend this week. So we're gonna talk about maybe doing something fun this weekend so that our daughter doesn't lose her mind. She's on summer vacation and she's grounded, so she's slowly going insane with lack of activity. So we're gonna see if we can't do something fun that is within the bounds of her grounding. It's basically, she's not allowed to use electronics. So if we say, make sure we're registered for our community pool, go to the pool, that would be fun. Maybe go play mini golf somewhere, something like that. Little family activities, little family outings. What do they gotta say? Do. People talking in my Discord. Well, not my Discord, the Discord I'm in. I don't have a Discord. I should probably get one. Maybe when I get a few more followers, I'll make a Discord for you guys. And then you guys can chat with me anytime. What do you think about that? Is that a good idea? Is that a terrible idea? Let me know what you think. Let's see, where'd it go? There it is. The first and the last stitch are sometimes hard to find. And things keep getting tangled today. So here we are. I think we've passed over the center point. Yep. We just finished the center point, which, as I showed you last time, is just 2 of the fans squished together. And in this case, because you just did double crochets over the whole thing, so you ended up with 20 double crochets, you now do 20 double crochets and 20 chains. So that you end up with enough spaces for all the loops that you're going to make the double again. Like I said, I'm probably going to do 3 more sets after this one. So this, because this is round 7, this is the round you're supposed to end on when you decide to end. And to get it to 28 inches, I need to, pardon me, I've got bad heartburn today. I've got about 3 more sets of rows to complete before I'm done. So this is the end of the one I was working on. The next row that I do will be the beginning of the first one of those. Let's see. Yep, that's the end. We go over here. Let me know if you're having trouble seeing what I'm doing. Let me know if you don't care what I'm doing and I could take this camera down because you're just here to listen to the dulcet tones of my voice. Let me know if you want me to shut up. Just give me feedback. Like I said last time, constructive criticism is always welcome. I don't think I'm perfect. I know I'm not. And so anything I can do to improve your viewing experience, I'd love to hear about. I got told by my daughter yesterday that when I went to the school office with her to sign her back into the school because she had gotten suspended for a day. That's a whole story and I'm not going into right now. Suffice it to say, she was an idiot. She had a co-conspirator. Her co-conspirator's mom thought I was giving her the stink eye when I thought she was giving me the stink eye the whole time. So that was funny. But what's relevant here is, according to my daughter, the other mother thought I looked like a hillbilly. How? Please tell me. I would like to know, how do I look like a hillbilly? Because I don't feel like a hillbilly. I'm not either. I grew up in the city. Like, what is going on here? Sorry, I'm pulling up my sweats so that my legs get a little more air. That helped cool me down. Anyhow. So yeah, how do I look like a hillbilly? I don't know. Did she mean white trash? I don't know. And in that case, man, screw you. And apparently she was not in scrubs like I thought she was. I thought she was in scrubs, so I thought she was getting ready to go to some medical job. No, she was just in a blouse and some pants that just happened to look scrub-ish. Oops. Whatever. It's not important. Let's see. We're in that stitch. Okay. Oh, sorry. See, this is what I mean. Like, where's the end on this guy? Where is it? It's where I'm at. But it's hard to see. By the way, you like my nails? I painted them myself. After I clipped them because they were so freaking long. It was ridiculous. They were getting in the way. I'm used to having short nails. If you could see the tips of my nails right now, you would see it, because they weren't covered in paint, you would see there's no white part of my nail right now. I clipped them way short because I do not like the sensation of long nails, and so if I can clip them short, then that's longer that I don't have long nails, right? Works in my mind. So it also doesn't help that my nails start bending, as some of my nails start bending as they grow, so they start growing downwards, and that's just not fun. That gets gross real quick. Real quick. So I gotta keep them trimmed. Anywho. We having a good Wednesday? I know it's early. It's not even, no, it's almost 10 o'clock. That means it's our first half hour. It's almost done. As you might have seen on my schedule, I have changed this to a 2-hour stream, like I said I would last time. I can't sit here and crochet constantly for 3 hours. I don't have that endurance yet. Maybe soon. Maybe one day I will, and then I'll go back to 3 hours. But I want to get a third day in before I try 3 hours again. I just need to figure out when that third day is going to be. It's going to be Thursdays? Is it going to be Fridays? I don't know. I feel like my audio player is just playing the same song over and over again, even though I asked it to play off of a playlist and to shuffle that playlist. So here's what we're gonna do. Bloop. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't stand hearing that song again. Needed it to move on. Because like I said, the music is really loud in my headphones, and from what I can tell, it's not very loud for you guys. So I know that's kind of like an odd situation, but I can't figure out a way to get it quieter on my headphones and still be audible for you guys. So here we are. Yeah. We're coming up on the end of this row. What do you think? Should I keep working on this one? Should I switch to another project that I've got? Should I stop switching projects and just work on one at a time? Let me know. Throw something up in the chat. Let me know what you want to see me work on. You want to see me work on the river shawl, or keep working on this virus shawl? Don't be shy. Let me know. Virus or river? Or river virus? Oh, that would be terrifying. I'm sure there are many river viruses out there. I wonder what a river virus would be. Is it a virus you get from the river? Or is it a virus that turns you into a river? Dun dun dun. Of poop. Or vomit. You know, whichever. Or both. Sorry. We're not... Ew. Gross. Anyway. So yeah, so let me know in chat. What do you want to see? Do you want me to work on my river shawl? Do you want me to keep working on this virus shawl? Do you not care? If you don't care, that's also valid. Let me know. all I can see is what I posted up in chat long ago at the beginning of this chat. So I have no idea what you want. I don't know. I'd like to know. I would like to know what you want. That way I can make you happy. Ugh. This yarn is being uncooperative today. And it keeps getting caught and tangled up in itself as I'm crocheting. I think it's called splitting, where I accidentally drive the crochet hook through the middle of the yarn. Pardon me. It's usually a problem with thicker yarns. Usually these thinner ones don't do it. But here we are, working with cotton and what is it? Viscose or no? Lumex? Something along those lines. It's a shiny, it's the metallic part of the thread. Do do do. Do 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 do. Looks like, according to my calculations, no, according to my little streamy boy, we're getting 60 frames per second. Nice. Nice. And we're only using like 3% of my CPU. Nice. It's the joys of having a gaming laptop. That's right. She's a gaming laptop. She was built for performance. And I never used any of her performance until now. In a world. Sorry. So I'm wearing lip gloss today instead of lipstick. It's an experiment. It's not showing up as much on camera as the lipstick did. At least not my little teeny tiny view of what y'all can see. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Can you not see it? Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna check my phone because it's going bananas after I finish this row. Finish the row. Finish the row. Almost finished with the row. Okay, now it's playing this song over and over again. What are you doing? No, it's a different one. Oh, I just got a bunch that sound similar. Oops. My bad. Oh, we gotta keep this slower so that the camera can see it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Steven. I love that little picture of that dog that's got like no lower jaw. And it's saying, the caption is Steven. It's Steven with a PH. Ah. Yeah. I love him because he looks a lot like my dog, just without a lower jaw. And I love puns, and so this is like the best of both worlds. Steven. And my headphone is trying to crawl out of my ear. Joy. There we go. Sorry. It is very finicky, and if I tap it, it pauses my music, and I didn't want to tap it. But like I said, it's finicky, so it thought I tapped it. Okay, we're almost done. When we are, we're going to take a moment to check our phone, make sure nothing important is happening. Oh, I have to actually count this one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain. 9. Chain. 10. There we go. Okay. Ugh. Look at that. Look at that burn. Yeah, it burns so good. Okay. Cellular device. What do you gotta say? Aw, my husband has to work Friday. He only gets Thursday off. Lame. Okay, let's see. What? Okay. Sorry. There's important legal questions about the stream going on. Not this stream. The Daggerheart stream that we're gonna do. Always important legal questions. Sorry, we're gonna take a quick break to massage out this burn and probably switch to a different project just to give that finger a break. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Stretch. Always remember, friends, take time to stretch. Oh, sorry, belly. Stretch. Stretch. Oh, sorry. Did you hear that? That was my shoulder. It doesn't. And you gotta stretch out your hands too. That's the most important part. But yeah, so take time to stretch to keep yourself from getting repetitive stress injuries when you are crocheting for a long time. And don't be hypermobile like me. I'm pretty sure my elbow's bending backwards. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I wish I could turn on a fan. But then you would hear a fan. And that's not fun. Okay. Switch. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the dog blanket now. I feel crazy every time I say that. Dog blanket? Why are you crocheting a blanket for your dog? Crochet's precious. It's labor intensive. It's a big deal. Why are you doing it for your dog? Because I love my dog. And also I've got a bunch of cheap yarn that I don't know what to do with. So give it to the dog, right? He'll appreciate it. Okay. Move that over there. Oh, okay. transition songs. Do 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 do. Grab this big old huge blanket. Once again, it's size 6 yarn. You can see how thick this stuff is. Thick. With a triple C, because this is size 6. And his buddy in 8mm. Yeah, you can see that. Excellent. 8mm hook. And away we go. And it's super easy. You make a granny rectangle in this case, which is a lot like a granny square. It just starts out slightly differently, and then after that maintaining it is exactly like a granny square. Well, it's easy. Super easy, barely an inconvenience, in the words of one famous YouTuber. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, here's a thought. Let's get crazy. What was that? Oh. Okay. Let's take out one headphone. Haha. There we go. Now I can hear what's going on in this room better. And I don't feel deafened by the musica. Hopefully. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Because I have a bad feeling this... Oh, it is squeaking. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Here's a secret tip for your friends. If you've got a really squeaky hook and you just hate it, rub it on your shirt. And that should get most of the oil from your fingers off of it. And most of the time, that's what's causing the squeaking. There's your problem right there. Okay. Let's see if that helped. And if not, I'm gonna really quickly see if I have another 8mm hook that doesn't squeak. Oh, hey, we're not squeaking. Excellent. See? Told you it would work. So yeah. So you just double crochet and chain into infinity. That seems to be my specialty on this channel. Just a bunch of double crochets. I'm trying to do easy stuff for you guys so that I don't have to pay too much attention to what I'm crocheting, so that I can talk to you. Ooh. I don't like that sound. There we go. There's a bit of tape or something on my yarn skein that was making noise. That's not loud. Sorry. Down here so you can see it. Anywho. So you didn't vote, so I decided. I made a unilateral decision. We're working on this now. Not even one of the two options I gave you. Haha. See how I am. I wonder if I open up my door, if that will cool things off in here. Sorry, it's rather warm in here. I don't know if you can see, but I'm glistening again. And it doesn't help that I've got this giant thick blanket on my lap. And I don't really have much I can work on that isn't ginormous and toasty right now. I finished knitting a necklace yesterday. That was fun. Apparently you can knit an I-cord and then you add a little bit to make it look like a snake head, and then you pass the tail of the snake through its own mouth, and voila, you have a necklace. I thought that looked pretty neat. I thought about wearing it, but it didn't really go with today's outfit. Maybe Monday? Maybe next time. Maybe I'll decide to stream sometime later this week. Like Friday. I really need to look at my schedule. Figure that out. And since my husband has to go back to work on Friday now. Boo! Boo, I say. Boo. So I was suddenly reminded of Mabel from Gravity Falls and how I like to think that I would be like her as a kid, but probably closer to Dipper. Just a nerd that wants to stay in and read books about conspiracy theories, about cryptids and all that fun stuff. But I like to think that I'm like Mabel and would pick a grappling hook out of, you know, a box of free stuff and adopt a pig randomly. But we all know the truth. I would just be sitting there reading the whole time. I would not be uselessly pining over a girl like that's almost twice my age, though. That's silly. I didn't like most people that were older than me when I was a kid. I was like, ew, they're gross. They're older than me. There was one exception, but he was only 3 or 4 years older than me when I was in high school. And yeah, I had a crush on him, but I never acted on it. I never tried to confess to him. I never tried to get him to like me, because I knew the age difference between the two of us was a giant no-go. No. And now I'm married to someone who's, depending on the time of year, 4 or 5 years older than me. But we're adults, and so that's not a huge difference. But yes, if we had met in high school, it would have been awkward. But we didn't. We met in the Navy, where it's less awkward. And besides, I've always been told I'm mature for my age. And so, that I'm an old soul. So I feel like marrying someone older than me kind of fits. This yarn is having trouble getting out of its skein today. I can relate. Sometimes I don't want to leave my house either. Often I don't want to leave my house. Do 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 do. So yeah, how you doing? Are you the same person that started with me? I don't know, because you're not saying anything. No, that's fine. It's fine. Do what you would like. I don't mind. I'm just teasing you. I think I'll add more songs to the playlist before I stream again, because it's driving me mad hearing the same songs over and over again. And there are 8 of them, by the way, now, and I can't do it. I don't understand the people who only get the rights to one song and just play that over and over on their stream. I couldn't do it. I'd go insane. That's my idea of torture right there. So we're in a corner, so we're gonna make 2 clusters with a chain 2 in between them. Yay! 1 and 2. Scooch things around a bit. Give myself a little bit of a reprieve on one leg in terms of heat. This blanket is rather warm, which is nice for my dog because he's an old man and he has a lot of joint pain from what I can tell. So it's sad. So a nice warm blanket will help keep him a little more comfortable, hopefully. And he loves squishy things. He loves to lay on things that squish. If a pile of pillows and blankets ends up getting formed on the couch, he will lay on top of it. Like the Princess and the Pea. He just loves laying on top of piles of squishy things. That's his idea of heaven. Stop doing that. So yeah. Whee! Crocheting into infinity. Crocheting into the void. Oh, it's coming much easier now. Must have been in a tight spot earlier. Come on, you. There we go. You can lay there, but you've got to lay there. There. Yeah, you gotta talk to the inanimate objects. Otherwise, they don't obey you. It's just common sense. That's common sense. Alright. What do we want to talk about now, folks? Do we want to keep talking about Daggerheart? Do we want to talk about crocheting? Do we want to talk about D&D? What we want? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about pets? Funny story about pets. My parents had a cat when I was growing up, and specifically when I was a baby. And when they were trying to get me to learn how to walk, they put me down in between my mom and dad and try and encourage me to walk. Right? Standard, stuff you see on TV and all of that. Well, the cat would walk by. And I decided I didn't want to walk towards either of my parents. I wanted to walk towards my cat. So I would get up and walk and flying tackle the cat because I loved him so much. So the running joke in my family is that the cat taught me how to walk. And he didn't mind. He was this huge Maine Coon. He was orange tabby, and he was dumb as a box of rocks, but just so loving. And so he could handle a toddler coming flying at him. It didn't hurt him too much, any more than getting tackled by a toddler would, anyone. And then he just would lay there and look at my parents like, please get this thing off me. Please, I'm so sad. Look at how sad I am. And so they'd pull me off of him because I was usually sticky with something. I mean, it was his baby. Babies are sticky. And so then he'd go off and clean himself. And so he was great. He lived until I was about 8 years old. And that made him like 12 or 13 years old when he passed. And like most cats, it was his kidneys that went. His kidneys failed, and he had to be put down because we couldn't afford any vet bills to give him medicine or anything to extend his life. And besides, he was pretty well gone by that point. So I was super sad, and like I had told my dad, please don't take him to the vet, please don't let him pass away without me there. I want to be with him when he passes. And my dad didn't listen and took him to the vet while I was at school. I was so mad. I was so mad and so sad. It was a terrible time. So I had a lot of trouble letting the cat go because I didn't get to see him at the end. Anywho, happy. Sorry to bring down the mood. I'm gonna finish this cluster and then I'm gonna get a drink of water. My mouth's been really dry lately. Alright, we're almost an hour in. How are we feeling, folks? Halfway through? Sorry, it's, like I said, it's toasty in here. My water bottle's almost the same color as my shirt. Like I said last time, that's a sticker from the person who did this. They're a very talented artist, Inky Boyo. 2 eyes in Inky. And they did a great job on my tattoo and on my best friend's tattoo. They did us both. They tattooed both of us that day. Sorry, it's toasty in here. Let's see. One needs to be down on the river Shawl right now. That's the bottom. Try not to. And we've done or 2, so it's one of those. Okay, never mind. How we doing? We having fun yet? I'm having fun. Boop. Boop. Okay. Sorry about that. Just wanted to check my phone real quick, make sure things weren't exploding. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, what do you want to see me work on now? I'm practically, there's the beginning of the row. So let's finish this row, or round, what have you. Go back to the virus. What do you think? yeah, we'll go back to the virus. So that, because my hands have recovered a bit from doing the virus earlier, and this is just too hot in my lap for me to keep working on this. It's almost like it's generating heat. It's ridiculous. Okay. One, and then go into the top of this chain. Sploop. And the other blue one. Come on, blue one. I don't have any nails. Come on. There we go. Oh, almost. There we go. Pull through. Pull through. There we go. Okay. Swap. Yeah, that's already better. Let's see if we can hike up these sweats a little bit more without revealing any skin on camera. There we go. Not that kind of streamer. My very first stream, someone asked me to show off my chest tattoo. This lovely guy right here. And they wanted to see all of it. And I was like, no, this isn't that kind of stream there, buddy. All right. Put that back in there. Okay, all of these. Okay, so we're on row 12, which is where you make all of the happy little chains that will make the chain spaces. Sorry, that will make the fans that we're making for this project. Yeah, this is already much better. And it's cotton, so it breathes. Okay, so you start with a chain 10. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's a double crochet plus chain 7. And then you don't go in this. Let's see if I can show you. In this chain space, you go in the next chain space. So you go in here, and you make a single crochet. And then you chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and you skip one and go into the next one. Then you chain 1, 2, 3, 4, skip one, go into the next. And one final 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip a chain, go into the next one, single crochet, and now you've got this big gap that we have to cross, so we are chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we skip a whole bunch, and we skip this one, and we go into this one. And that is where the next fan will be, right there. So you see how there's like these little chain doodly boys? That's what these are going to turn into. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you lose your chain when you lose your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how we doing? We're having fun? Doing good? Excellent. It's a lovely day to stay inside, not go into the hellish humidity and get all hot and sweaty. No thank you. That's not my cup of tea. I grew up in Arizona, and so my experience with summer was don't go outside. Don't do it. No. Stop. What are you doing? Why would you go outside? There is hot and death out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Sorry, it wasn't counting. I was trying to count, but I wasn't counting. 4. 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so I just didn't go outside during the summer, and if I did, it was to go into the pool. That was in my apartment complex, and it was like just right outside my door. I didn't even have to walk very far. I walked like 5 steps and I was at the gate. 2, 3. And as a kid, granted, I couldn't go in by myself. Once I turned about 14, 5, 6, 7, my parents trusted me to not drown, because I had been going almost every day in the summer to the pool for years. And so they're like, she won't drown. She'll be fine. The 90s, man. Sorry, early 2000s. Early 2000s was when I was 14. Yeah. And so, granted, I don't think they let me go in unless they were home by myself. So they figured they would hear me if I started drowning. Fun fact, you won't. Drowning is silent. All of the struggle happens under the water, where you can't hear it, and you're not going to hear splashing because they're underwater. 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a terrifying fact for you. And I know this terrifying fact because they would talk about it all the time on the news when I was growing up. They were like, drowning is silent. Keep an eye on your kids. Actually watch them. Actively watch them when they're in the pool. Do not trust that you will hear something, because you won't. And that, along with drink lots of water, was what was on the news all the time. Because in Phoenix, where I grew up, people would come to Arizona, and specifically Phoenix, and they would want to go hiking. They're like, yeah, hiking, yay! I've been hiking in California, or Colorado, or wherever. So I know what it's like to hike in the desert. No, you don't. Not in over 100-degree weather with no humidity. None. And so you actually sweat, but you don't realize you're sweating because it's evaporating faster than you can feel it. And so you're losing water fast in the desert, and you end up dehydrating much faster than you normally would. And so you need a lot of water. A lot of water in order to actually hike. And people would go hiking and they would not bring a lot of water and they would get lost and disoriented because they were dehydrated, and then a helicopter would have to come and rescue them. So drink water, kids. And let's see if they found them. So, you know, there's your other terrifying thought for the day. Drink water, kids, and always go somewhere where the helicopter can find you. And don't count on cell service. You're in the wilderness. You're on a mountain. There ain't no cell service. There ain't no cell towers out there. And if you're in a valley, ha! Definitely no cell towers. No cell signal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pardon me. Pardon-moi. Alright, we're gonna stop talking about creepy, scary things. We're probably scaring people away. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap. I'm sorry, I'm having to count a lot for this row, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not able to focus as much on talking to you folks. My brain can only do one or the other. She is no smart. She can no multitask. That's not one of my talents. 3, 4. So yeah, so let's see, what time is it? It's almost 11. Yay! So we've been streaming for almost 1.5 hours. Yay! And at 11:30, we are done for the day. Ooh. So we will catch you maybe later this week, probably next week. If I do decide to stream later this week, I will put it on my schedule on Twitch. I don't know how to make a schedule on YouTube yet, so I don't think I can let you know when I'll go live on YouTube yet. But if you are a friend of mine, I will definitely put out a message to my friends about when I'm going to be streaming next. And like I said earlier, I'm open to suggestions. What is a day or time that works best for you? Let me know in the chat. 2, 3, 4. Let me know in the chat if there's a day of the week or time during the day that works better for you than others. And I will try to accommodate you so that I can still see your shining smiley faces. I think that was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6 and 7. Sweet. We're almost to a halfway point on this row. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I find interesting is, oh no, I am turning it. Okay. I thought for a second I wasn't turning these rows, but I am. That's something you gotta pay attention to. Because with crochet, there is a right side and a wrong side, believe it or not. There's one side when you're doing single crochets, that will make a bunch of lines and one side that will not, and the side that makes a bunch of lines is considered the wrong side, and the side that does not is considered the right side. And this is only important if you're making little dolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, like amigurumi. And let's see, I don't have Pinch, my little dice goblin. 3, 4. I made Pinch before I knew about right side and wrong side, so he's wrong side out. Oops. But I have lots of other things that I've made since then that are right side out because I learned. She's the learning computer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've gotten to the middle. So we've done our 7 to get here. Now we do 1, 2, and 3 chain 4s. And put that chain 4 where it belongs. And then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like you would at the end to bridge a gap. And you skip that chain space, go in there, and then you do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's how you get, and then you skip again, and that's how you get your double fans in the center. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come back here. One, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And you go down. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get you over into the next one. And that's how you do the center of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because you have 3 chain 4s across the top of every fan, and so that's why you had to make sure you had 3 going up to the middle and 3 going down from the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the center. One, 2, 3, 4. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Spread this out so we can see it a little better. Look at that. So pretty. Such barf. Bleh. Virus barf. No, it's not barf. It is unicorn barf. Thought unicorns barfed rainbows? No. They barfed the trans pride colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all pastels and pretty. Plus you got purple in there. 2, 3, 4. Because purple is nice. I like purple. Purple's my favorite color. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I look very good in purple, so I wear a lot of green. And I like green. And so it's my second favorite color. But purple's really my favorite, and so a lot of the yarns that I have are either purple or green or blue. I have a lot of blue as well. And I seem to be a peacock. Peacock, you gotta let me fly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was an interesting movie. Oh, Marky Mark. I don't think most of the current generations, like, I don't think anyone after millennial understands why Mark Wahlberg is Marky Mark. I don't think they get it. We get it. We know. Because we're old. We have the ancient knowledge. Do not speak to me which of the old ways. I was there when they were written. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Aslan. Lion Jesus. C.S. Lewis wanted to make a religious book for kids, so he made The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And at first, the allusions to Christianity were subtle, and in the final book they just were not subtle anymore. And it was pretty obvious that Aslan was Jesus. It was bad, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh yeah, so it wasn't bad. More accurate thing to say was it was not, the metaphor was very ham-fisted. It was very like punching you in the face with the fact that this was now a series, that this had secretly been a series about Christianity all along. And it, for people that are not Christian, it felt like a slap in the face. And that you thought you were reading just this cute little fantasy series aimed at kids and featuring kids, and no, your favorite fantasy is secretly religious. I mean, it's like L. Ron Hubbard. He was a sci-fi writer, and he made a bet with a friend that he could make a religion that people would actually follow. And so Scientology came about. So Tom Cruise loves a made-up religion that was made because of a bet. It's just ridiculous. And John Travolta. People usually forget, but John Travolta is a crazy Scientologist too. It's madness. We're coming up on an hour and a half. We're coming up on 11 o'clock. 3, 4. So we only have another half hour left. Well, half hour change. Probably going to switch to a different project again. This finger's getting tired again. It's getting scratched up by the metal thread. That's, well, the plastic thread that's a metallic color going through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said last time, like, my fingers are pretty impervious to a lot of the abuse that crochet puts them through, but occasionally they rebel, like when there's a scratchy element to the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How about we go back to the granny square? Not the dog blanket granny rectangle, but the granny square that's going to be a wrap for my mom. That sounds like a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the last half hour. Last half hour of the show. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a snack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is rough. This finger's not happy. So, all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1, and that's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you go over here, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you make a double crochet, and you double crochet to the top of that chain, and you now have the same equivalent space as that chain 10 that you did at the beginning of the row. So, yay! Oh, you got the yarn. This guy, yay! This guy, woo! Sorry, my eye's bugging me. Okay, he uses this hook, which is my 6mm hook. Sorry, it helps if it's right side up for you. Yeah? Yeah. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. 6mm. It focused for a second. You're fine. You're fine. You know what I mean. All right. We're gonna take the yarn ball, and it's a yarn bowl that I painted myself. Do you like? It's very plain, but I like it. Went to one of those paint your own pottery places back on the, and painted that because I saw it and I was like, I need that, I need that, I need that. Let's find where, aha, there it is. The beginning of my yarn. Yay! Beginning of the yarn, yay. Also happens to be the beginning of the row. Yay! Beginning of the row, yay! Alright, get your yarn all situated. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Go into that same chain space. 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then you make a chain space, and you go into the next chain space, and you make a cluster of 3 double crochets, because this is a granny square, and that's what you do in granny squares. Just little clusters of 3. That's a classic granny square look. It's clusters of 3. And there are lots and lots and lots of variations on granny squares that look cute. I've made one that was a skull in the middle. I've made ones that look like flowers in the middle. There's ones that look like snails or 2 spirals connecting. It's really neat. There's a lot of different granny squares out there. If you go onto Pinterest and you just search granny square, you will find a lot of options. There's ones that I have the pattern for that are mushrooms in the middle as well. And those are cute. I'm planning on making something cute, I'm not sure what, with the mushroom, snails, and I think I've got an acorn one as well. I'll make a bunch of those squares and then decide what I'm gonna make it into. Probably a purse. I feel like a purse would be a good idea for that. It's very like goblin cottagecore with the snails and the mushrooms and all that fun stuff. Let's see, it was snails, mushrooms, and acorns. That was the combo I was gonna do. So yeah, it's very goblin core. But I think that would be cute. I kind of identify with goblin core. I don't dress it, obviously. As you can see, I'm in bright colors that don't fit the goblin core aesthetic. And the shirt and like a pair of navy sweatpants. Like that's not goblin core. But I really like goblin core stuff. And I like to hoard like a goblin. Or a raven, like lots of little shiny things. Oh, this is my little collection of shiny things. I've got a jar of buttons. Like, legit. Just jar of buttons. Do I sew? A little. Do I need, like, you know those cheese ball jars? Is one of those. Do I need a cheese ball jar that's like half full of buttons? Nah. Do I have one? Yes. Will I be very sad if I were to part with it? Also yes, because there's vintage buttons in there from like my mom and her mom, and like it's a family heirloom of buttons. So I come from a long line of goblins that just hoard everything. My father has a war board game collection, not just normal board games. No, they are war board games. So like Axis and Allies and stuff like that. Like it's a lot. And that were all printed in like the 70s and 80s. Like he doesn't even have new ones, and he just refuses to get rid of most of them. They're his. He also had, when I was a kid, a subscription to Bon Appetit, a magazine full of recipes, and he had that subscription for like, I want to say close to 10 years. He still has every single magazine they ever sent him sitting on a bookshelf. Well, yeah, they take up almost an entire bookshelf. Like the whole shelf. Not just one row. Just the whole thing is just his Bon Appetits. Does he ever use them? No, barely. He's got a couple that he likes that he'll pull out to use the recipes from. But for the most part, no. No, he doesn't use them. He read them once when he first got them, and now he can't get rid of them. And I'm going to inherit that. Yay. I'm so excited. I can't wait to clear out all his crap after he's gone. It's gonna be so much fun. is he's got all of that. He's got toys from when I was a kid. He's got a few toys from when he was a kid. He's a giant hoarder. And then my mom has a teapot collection, and they've got like a whole bunch of kitchen stuff that's just like useless, but they've got it. Anyhow, I'll just get frustrated thinking about that. Just get angry. You may have noticed I'm not a giant fan of my father. What? He was not a nice man when I was growing up. He's mellowed out a bit in age, but he's still pretty terrible. So I have a tendency not to speak about him in a positive light. But that's besides the point. We're just gonna not talk about him on stream. How about that? That's a good idea. So yeah, so we're just working on our granny square for our mom. It's gonna be a shrug, a little cocoon shrug that was popular a while ago. And I'm always behind trends. I'm always behind on trends. Like the virus shawl was popular something like 5 years ago. Hence its name. I'm just now getting around to making one. Oh well. Goblin core is not really very popular anymore. I still love it. I still like to make things that I feel fit that aesthetic. Because I identify with goblins. I've played a lot of D&D, and so I know a lot more about goblins in D&D than about what the rest of society knows about goblins. Like, so I have a different frame of knowledge for them. And in D&D, they're usually evil, and they're usually gross, and they like to set traps, and they're usually very dumb. And I identify with all of that. I feel dumb. I feel like head empty very often. Head empty, heart full. I have no thoughts in brain, only big love for everything. Everything, big emotion. Big emotion for everything. So yeah. So, and then I like gross stuff too. I've got bone earrings that are coyote teeth. Specifically, they are the canines from a coyote that died of natural causes, we're pretty sure. The artist that sold it to me said she doesn't kill the animals, she finds the animals, cleans the bones, and sells products. Sells jewelry based on what she makes. Based on what she finds. And so she is never sure what the animals have died of, just that they've passed on and that they're out in the wild. And she's not the one that killed them. So she's like a vulture. And that, in moderation, I feel is an okay thing. That as long as not too many people are out there looking for bones and picking them, then it's fine. But if too many people do it, then that is denying the environment a valuable source of nutrients, whether it's the soil or the scavengers in the area that rely on eating some of those bones or that flesh that's still attached. So I try not to encourage that too much, but I like a little bit of it. I've got from that same seller a coyote rib bone necklace that has labradorite in between the two coyote bones. And so it's pretty cute. Sorry, I need to keep adjusting this earpiece. And then I've got a knife that has the tip of an antler as the handle, which I enjoy thoroughly. And the knife itself is Damascus. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. The blacksmith that made it, the knife smith that made it, did a really good job. And I thought it was funny when I bought it. They were saying, yeah, you know, everyone likes this piece. Everyone says it's really cool, but it's just not comfortable in anybody's hand. And I was like, it's comfortable in mine. Because it is. It's so comfortable for me to hold. It's perfect. And it's like it was meant for my hand, and my hand alone. Because my hands are kind of small, but I feel they're kind of big for women's hands, because I wear like size large gloves, but they're kind of square in shape. I don't know how to describe it. You can see them. You know what my hands look like. And so the knife doesn't fit most people's hands normally, but it feels perfect in mine. Yeah. So we got about 15 minutes left. 15-minute warning. I will be leaving soon. And then I will eat my lunch and go take a nap. Because I am 5 years old. I eat lunch and go take a nap. That's what I do. It's probably how I ended up with this big belly. So you're not supposed to go to sleep right after you eat. You end up not burning those calories, and so, or fully digesting everything, so you end up with a little more belly fat. Well, not specifically belly fat, just fat in general. My genetics decided to put all my fat on my belly and not much anywhere else, which is frustrating. It makes me look pregnant. Yay, looking pregnant. Boo. So I've had many a doctor ask if I was bloated or pregnant, and no, this is just how I look. Thanks, doc. So, we're making pretty good progress on this. I have a feeling I need to measure it again soon. See how big it's gotten. Maybe I'll do that on stream next time. I'll measure it for you folks so we can see how much progress we've made. Like I said, it was around 30 inches last time I measured it. And I've been working on it here on stream quite a bit. So maybe it's closer to 35, maybe it's closer to 40. I don't know. We'll see. We gotta measure it, find out. But I gotta finish this row before I can measure it, so, or round, because this one's not getting flipped. I've decided that's how I'm going to define rows versus rounds, as a row gets flipped, a round does not. Feels like that's as good a place as any to make the distinction. What do you think? You think that's a good distinction, or is that too arbitrary? Anyhow. So go ahead and give me a like, a subscribe, a follow, what have you, push buttons, random buttons, any buttons you like, and to let me know if you enjoyed this, or if you found this extremely boring. Drop a comment. If you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like a train wreck unraveling before my very eyes. Let me know. Let me know. I feel like I'm going slowly insane because I've been getting no feedback from any of my viewers. So without feedback, how am I supposed to change? And how am I supposed to know if what I'm doing is working or not, you know? And without feedback, I feel like I'm talking to myself, even though I know that there are people watching me. And so I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird, man. It feels weird. Anyhow, so we're gonna finish this row one day. Maybe soon. Nope, not yet. And when we do, we will measure the width of this from side to side. So like from one corner to the next, going across, not going diagonal. We want the across measurement. And that needs to be close to 46, I think. Maybe 45. 45 might be a good place to stop rather than 46. 46 feels like a weird number to stop at. We'll go with 45. We'll stop at 45 inches across and start the process of turning it into a wrap. That's a wrap. A cocoon shrug. That's what it's called. Cocoon shrug. And once that is done, I will be able to mail it off to mi madre. And yay! Might save it for like some kind of holiday to send it to her for. Might be a happy Labor Day. Happy, what's the, no, it is Labor Day. That starts fall. Yeah, you don't wear white after Labor Day. That's it. Yeah. So Memorial Day starts the summer. Labor Day ends it. Okay. So it might be a happy Labor Day gift if I can finish it in time. 10 minutes. 10-minute warning. Let me know if you don't like me counting down. I don't know if other people do it or not, but it helps me keep track of the time. Pardon me. But if you find it annoying to be constantly reminded of when I'm going to be getting off stream, let me know, and I can modify that behavior for you. Whee! So, yeah, so we're coming up on the end of the stream. If you haven't already given me a follow or a like or subscribe, go ahead and do that now. If you want to see me again, if you want to be notified when I'm going to go live on stream again. If you subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch, then you'll get notifications. It's always fun when different services have different names for the same thing. Because on Twitch, a subscription is actual, like, money exchanged. I do not expect any real life money from you folks. Not yet. This is This is way too early in the game for that. And I don't feel like I'm good enough at this streaming thing to deserve money. That's why I'm doing it, though. You gotta practice to get better at things, right? And yes, only perfect practice makes perfect. But you know what? I'm not trying to be perfect. That's impossible. I'm just trying to get better. So that's why I keep doing research. That's why I keep asking for feedback. That's, you know, constantly trying to improve myself, improve my stream. Because when you stop trying to improve yourself, you might as well be dead. It's my opinion. Because no one's perfect, and no one can ever be perfect. But you know what? We can get close. We can get pretty darn close. And we can always be better. And to do that, you gotta practice. You gotta do your research. You've gotta put in the time, put in the hours, to put in the work to get better. So this is me putting in the time, putting in the hours, putting in the work to get better at streaming. And one day I will have more than one person watching at any one point in time. One day. I had 2 whole people on Monday watching at one point. That was amazing. But yeah, I've got 5 followers now. Yay! Thank you on Twitch. Thank you everyone who has given me a follow. Appreciate it. And thanks to that, I'm halfway to my goal of 10 whole followers. I know, it's pretty low, but you gotta start somewhere. And once I get 10 whole followers, then I can start on other goals that will one day let me earn money from this crazy thing called streaming. At least from Twitch. Twitch will let me start earning money pretty quickly. YouTube's a little more finicky about that. They don't like to give out money. Which is fair. They're huge. They are ginormica. So I can understand why they wouldn't want to give out as much money. That will mean I will have to run ads though, probably, in order to start making some revenue from Twitch. So just be prepared for that. I'm sorry, but that will have to happen one day if I want to make any kind of money from this. I would like to make a little money. Just a little. Not much, just a little. Enough to buy myself some yarn every once in a while from revenue and then use it on stream. Speaking of which, I have ordered a mystery package of yarn from Darn Good Yarn, and it will be here on sometime Monday, so I'll probably open it on Wednesday for you guys, because it probably won't be here in time for Monday's stream. Monday's stream starts pretty early in the morning. For the post office, anyway. And it is coming by the post office, so it'll probably be here sometime Monday afternoon. Maybe I'll do a special Tuesday stream. A little one-time thing to open up that yarn. I'll let you know if I like it, if I don't like it, if I feel like it's good value for the amount of money I paid, all that fun stuff. We're almost done. We got roughly 5 more minutes. I'll go off of my stream timer rather than the clock for how long I'll be on today. So, coming to a close. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Was there something you liked? Something you didn't like? Something you want to see more of? Something you want to see less of? Let me know. Drop a line in chat. Drop a comment on YouTube. Whatever. Let me know. Send me a message if you're a friend of mine and you know my number or my Facebook. It's like I said at the beginning of this stream, I really like constructive criticism. I really could use it. Really want constructive criticism. Please tell me what I'm doing right. Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Please tell me how to improve. I love compliments. I really do. But they're useless if there's no like, oh yeah, I really loved it when you talked about this. But then you talked about it too much. Or I really loved, the way you were playing music in the background. It's like, cool, so now I know music in the background's a good idea. But I need specific compliments. I need specific feedback. So please give me feedback. I really could use it. It will help me quite a bit. I feel like my voice is changing all of a sudden. That's weird. Anyhow, get a sip of water. So yeah, so I'm gonna stretch out for these last couple minutes. Get ready to wind things down. So yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking to you folks. Can't wait until the next time I stream. And I will let you know if I decide to stream again before Monday. I'll put that up on my Twitch schedule, and I will put something out on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram. My link to my profile is in my profile here on YouTube and on Twitch. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram for pictures of these things, for notices of when I'm going to be going live, stuff like that. And yeah, I think I'll finish about a minute early just because I'm done. I feel like we've had a good time. We've talked quite a bit. Let me know if there's something you'd like to see me do in the future, something you don't want to see me do in the future. I'm sorry, I keep harping on this. Alright, I'll stop talking. Alright. Have fun, have a good day. See you all later. Bye!